Smash Ultimate is a big game. With 80 plus characters, that would be a lot for one man to cover with one topic. But luckily, I'm that man. Today, I've decided to take my love for cocktail making, as well as my love for video games, by making a signature drink for every Super Smash Bros. Ultimate fighter. So how did I decide this? Some of them I decided because of the name, some of them I decided because of the ingredients in the cocktail. But mostly, I just wanted something that I thought that character would drink, or at least you would think of it when you drank the cocktail. So without further ado, let's go on ahead and get started. Let's start off with Mario. So for Mario, I've come up with a spicy Negroni. Obviously the spice comes from the fact that he uses fire in a lot of his attacks. And the Negroni comes from the fact that Campari and the Negroni itself are very Italian drinks. So let's go on ahead and get started making this. We start off simply with an ounce of mezcal, three-quarter ounces of sweet vermouth. I'm using Noilly Prat. 3/4 ounces of Campari. A 1/4 ounce of chili liqueur. And finally, a dash or two of chili bitters. Since I'm using a dropper, we'll use a full dropper. And the final ingredient to every good cocktail is ice. Now I have cubed and crushed ice in the tin to allow for good dilution of the drink. Finally, just strain it out. Now we're going to put it over a big rock, and I'm going to do an orange peel for a quick garnish. Just wrap that in. The Mario Spicy Negroni. Cheers. For Donkey Kong, what better than something banana? So I went with a banana daiquiri. So you might think of those frozen daiquiris. I don't do that here. I'm going completely fresh. So just peel back your banana. Get off about like a 1/2 ounce. I'd say it's that much. And just cut it up into little chips. And put that straight into the muddler. Then you're going to take 1 ounce of dark simple syrup, and you're going to let it coat the bananas. Now before we add everything else, we're going to muddle these. Really make sure you crush them up. Once you have that done, we're gonna add 1 ounce of lime juice. And 2 ounces of a dark rum. Now then, with your ice, dump all that in there and give it a good shake. And then for this one, double strain it. And there you go, the Donkey Kong Banana Daiquiri. For Link's new Breath of the Wild look, we're gonna do a blue mojito. First thing that we're gonna need is some mint in the tin. And we're gonna get 1 ounce of simple syrup. This is a light simple syrup to help muddle. We're just gonna give the mint a nice light press so we're not getting it all vegetative, but we're expressing the oils. Next, we're going to do about 1 ounce, actually do 2 of lime juice. And 1.5 ounces of light rum. And 1 ounce of blue curacao. We're gonna just do a quick shake and dump. Right in there. Then take that mint sprig, just pop it in. There you have the blue mojito. For Samus, the colors of her suit made me think of an old-fashioned, but specifically an añejo old-fashioned. That means that we'll be using añejo tequila instead of an old-fashioned's typical rye or whiskey. First thing we're going to want to do, 4 dashes of Angostura bitters. I did a 5th. Don't call me a rebel. I'm just having some fun. Then about 1/2 ounce of dark simple syrup. A splash of club soda to help break down that simple syrup. 2 ounces of our añejo tequila. And finally, ice. We're going to use a big rock and double strain it like last time. And this time I'm going to do an orange and lemon wedge, or peel. I'm just going to do this cute little rabbit ears garnish. And there you have the Añejo Old Fashioned for Samus Aran. For Dark Samus, we have a Black and Blue I say Black and Blue, a Black and Blue beauty called the Blue Bijou, or Bijou. I don't know how it's pronounced. All right, start off with 1.5 ounces of citron vodka. And we do 1.5 ounces of apple juice. And then we add in 3 blackberries. And we're just gonna press them down real quick. And then 1/2 ounce of blue curacao. I'm using Master of Mixers. And because we muddled blackberries in there, we're going to give this a double strain. So here we have the Dark Samus, the Blue Bijou. For Yoshi, his green color and experience with eggs made me think of a Midori sour. The first thing we're going to do is crack an egg and put the egg white into our big tin. Next thing we're going to do is get our small tin and do an equal parts 1 ounce of Midori, 1 ounce of lemon juice, 1 ounce of vodka. Now we're going to do a dry shake to really get the egg white started to emulsify. And we'll really get a fluffy texture. And I had this ice tempered. Just drop that in. You really want to use a big cube of ice when you're shaking an egg white or any other foam cocktail. This way the shards don't break up the foam. Once that's all done, get your glass. we have the Yoshi Midori Sour. So for Kirby, we're doing a pink vodka lemonade. I don't think I have to explain why that has to do with Kirby, unless you've never played the game before. So we're starting off with half an ounce of cranberry. And we're doing half an ounce of lime. And we're doing half an ounce, or like a third, Malibu. And then a full ounce of vodka. Nice strain. And there we have the Kirby Pink Vodka Limeade. For Fox, what better cocktail than one called the Fox? This one's a very simple 3-ingredient blend. 1 ounce of lemon juice. 1 ounce of lime juice. And then 2 ounces of grapefruit vodka. We're gonna strain that. And there you have the Fox for Fox. For Pikachu, I thought the 20th Century would be a good option. Let's get started. 2 ounces of lemon. 1 ounce fortified wine. I'm using Lillet Blanc. 1 ounce creme de cacao. Just a simple lemon wine chocolate drink. And 1.5 ounces of gin. So we've got creme de cacao and wine already in there. Look at that perfect pour. The Pikachu 20th Century. For Luigi, we're gonna do a mint margarita, and because he also uses fire, we're adding in some hot sauce. Let's get started. Do the same thing as we did with our mint before. Take the leaves, leave some at the top. Then we're gonna douse those in a little bit of simple syrup. Get our handy dandy muddler. just give those mint leaves a nice press. Now then, we're gonna add 2 ounces of lime juice. Half an ounce of triple sec. And 1.5 ounces of Reposado tequila. This is the slightly aged variety. And 2 dashes of your favorite hot sauce. Go ahead and strain that in there. And I'm just gonna put a rock of ice, put it on the rocks. There you go, the mint margarita with hot sauce. For next, we have a cool little cocktail called the Earthbound. Obviously, that's why I chose it. I start off with 1/2 ounce of ginger juice. A dash of Angostura bitters. Just made a mess. Three-quarters of an ounce of sweet vermouth. One ounce of Campari. And 1.5 ounces of rye. And of course, the final ingredient is always ice. Give that a nice stir. Now we're going to strain this out. And I'm going to give it a good ice rock. And I'm going to give it just a lemon disc. So I cut a little disc out of the lemon. I'm just going to plop that on there. There you have the Ness, the Earthbound. For Captain Falcon, we got something a little bit elegant, but also spicy. We're doing a chili martini. First thing we want is a dash or 2 of chili bitters. We'll do 3. Really make it chili. 1 ounce of dry vermouth. And 2 ounces of of Reposado Tequila. I'm gonna get the ice in there. You really want this one to be just about frozen, so you can't really overmix this. I'm gonna go back to the Elegance. Now I'm going to do something different for this one. I'm going to do a little bit of a lime twist. You don't really see this all too often, and I think that's a shame. And there you have the chili martini. For Jigglypuff, we're doing something pink and fluffy, so I decided to do a pink lady. First thing we're gonna wanna do is get an egg white into our big mixer. And we're gonna then, in the small mixer, we're doing 1 ounce of lemon juice. Then the recipe calls for 1 ounce of grenadine, but I prefer fresh pomegranate juice. So you can do grenadine or you can do fresh pomegranate juice. Either way, it'll be delicious. And then for the hard stuff, this recipe has a split base, 1 ounce of gin, and 1 ounce of apple brandy, also known as Applejack. I'm gonna give this guy a hard dry shake. Then we're going to take a big rock, so as not to kill the foam, and finish it off. Let's get our freshly washed martini glass. And straight in there. I love the color of this one. I think it's so beautiful. There we have the Jigglypuff, the pink lady. So that's the signature cocktail for every Smash character from 64 and Dark Samus. Obviously I couldn't get to every character in Ultimate in one video, so I hope that you'll join me next time when I go through Melee. And until then, I say to you all, cheers and stay undead.